Well, that man, TJ Hendy, will not be in this race. He is automatically qualified through to the final, but 12 men will go head-to-head for only 6 spots. This is race 2 of the Nutri Ironman series, round 3 from North Wollongong Beach. Tannen Linden, Matt Poole, Corey Taylor and Hayden White will all go head-to-head. And once again, the order is board, ski, swim, the same as the women's, and we saw that one. Well, it came down to the final swim leg, and I don't think this race will be any different at all, Jack. Hayden White off and away is the defending Australian board race champion. Kendrick Louis right alongside him, and the greatest of all time, Shannon Eckstein, in the thick of the action, and let's see how his ankle holds up.
Only 12 in the race, Josh, and currently Shannon Eckstein in 12th place. Obviously, the ankle has got him labouring a little bit and struggling with that running in and out of the water. Through transition, it will be a problem, and we're not used to seeing Shannon Eckstein in that position.
It took a battering in the Coolangatta Gold, and it can't help here. The banks are very hard and a lot of wading, so it will work it down. Out in front at the moment, the boys pushing very, very hard, and Matt Poole looking to get his title defence back on track. And you can't blame Matt for being a little bit, well, complacent early in the season, I guess. He achieved a lifetime dream last summer, and he had a bit of time off, and he enjoyed himself, and he's now looking to get himself back into the thick of it at the moment. Nally Day, he's the man on top of the series and looking to hold on.
Well, Matt Poole sitting pretty on the inside, just one back from Max Beattie. So going around the can as we speak, it's Beattie in 1, Luke Cuff and Matt Poole sitting on the wash with Corey Taylor tucked in behind. So a good position there from Taylor, and he'll be looking once they turn that back can to make his move and find his own water out to one side.
You can see, despite the bad start, Shannon Eckstein, perfect placement on the inside there, ducks in and inside, and he's only 4 board lengths back from the lead, despite being, well further back off the start. It's great board paddling from him there, and great board paddling from Matt Poole, who snuck around the inside along with Max Beattie. And you don't have to win this one, you just have to finish inside the top 6, and getting away in the opening leg can go a long way towards getting that done as well. Kendrick Louis just cuts off Hayden White a little bit there, trying to head to the left-hand side of the screen as we look at it now with Ali Day. Just thinks he sees something there that the rest of the field doesn't, and Matt Poole and Max Beattie turn around, and that's Kendrick Louis there pushing around on this side, and Shannon Eckstein's gone with him.
Shannon Eckstein still moving through the pack, and he's gone past the current Australian board champion Hayden White there, so moving back extremely quickly is Hayden White as Mac Bevilacqua on the far left-hand side of screen. Luke Cuff and Max Beattie get down one. Matt Poole's working hard to get down it as well, and he's off the back, so a little gap with a race in 4 out in front.
Incredible. Matt Poole was doing everything right there, and it just didn't stand up for him. Kendrick Louis, very, very impressive back half of his board leg. Shannon Eckstein's got himself back into the mix, but let's see how well his ankle will hold up on this transition. Ali Day's down. That's Nathan Gray's board there as well, but it's Bevilacqua, Cuff, Beattie and Louis. They're your top 4 on the way round. Matt Bevilacqua just getting instructions there from the former Australian ski champion in Nick Crilly. Corey Taylor's around, Matt Poole's around, Tannen Linden's there as well, Nathan Gray, Jay Finesse, Ali Day, and that ankle's definitely hurting Shannon Eckstein. And after an absolutely stellar start, Hayden White is back in last place.
Well, Hayden White has plenty of work to do to pull himself back into that top 6. Only the top 6 will qualify for today's final and race number 3, but Bevilacqua on and away. He looked comfortable through transition. He looks comfortable now negotiating the Wollongong break, and Max Beattie is right in behind him, trying to tuck in on that wash and get a ride out to the cans.
Well, how quickly can your fortunes change? In race 1, Matt Bevilacqua was the last person to qualify through. You get one leg into race 2, and he's on the front and looks absolutely, well, in career best form at the moment. So just like that, maybe he needed to blow out the cobwebs ever so slightly and maybe just warm himself up a little bit. Now he's very, very strong on the front of this race, and leaving, well, his clubmate here, Matt Poole, well behind and sitting 1 inside the red zone.
Well, Matt Poole, the current Nutri Ironman champion, has to make sure he's in the top 6 if he wants to ensure that his chance at another series title are still going to happen.
The only man who's really sitting pretty in this race is Ali Day. He's had 2 podium finishes so far from 2 races. He's ahead of TJ Hendy on the overall point score. If he can get through this one here, he'll maintain his lead. But if he goes out now, it just opens the door for the rest of the field. Jay Finesse sitting back alongside alongside Shannon Eckstein. Generation now, and well, the greatest of all time, going stroke for stroke as they make their way for home. Bevilacqua has turned first. It looks like maybe Luke Cuff into second place, Max Beattie in third, Tannen Linden's in good form in fifth, and then the rest of the field, they're strung out at the moment, trying to hold on and trying to keep their race win hopes alive.
Well, still Bevilacqua, he's lifted that rating, working a little bump, and he gets down the front of it. So there we see him start to extend that gap, and he'll go again looking for that next little lift. There's one for him to make sure he can extend this gap and stay well out in front.
Well, Bevilacqua's got a runner that'll take him away from the field. That's Corey Taylor. Kendrick Louis right there, sitting in sixth place. Matt Poole in seventh, and Ali Day, he is out of it at the moment, trying to get himself into the race. His strongest leg, the swim's coming up, but he's got a lot of work to do. Hayden White, he'll be worried. So will Nathan Gray going into that final swim leg. They'll need the swim of their life to keep their race open at the moment. As they hit the beach, Max Beattie, he drops the ski, he drops the paddle. Kendrick Louis there, Tannen Linden's there as well, and Matt Bevilacqua has extended that lead. He looks comfortable, he's not breathing hard. Very, very good stride as he works his way through transition. Beattie and Cuff in 2 and 3. Tannen Linden having his best race of the summer. Poole, Corey Taylor, and that is where the top of the race stops. They're outside our top 6 at the moment. Corey Taylor, Kendrick Louis are in trouble. Ali Day's in trouble as well. So's Nathan Gray, but he's got himself on his teammate and Jay Finesse. Shannon Eckstein looks to be labouring, and Hayden White heads into his worst leg in last place.
So very similar to how we saw them head into that ski leg. Shannon Eckstein and Hayden White still back in 11th and 12th place with plenty of work to do if they're going to catch back up to the top 6. Now the top 6 should be worried because Shannon Eckstein is coming in 11th place, and he is one man who has the ability to swim back through this field.
Bevilacqua's not a great swimmer. It'd have to be his worst leg, but he's a good enough swimmer to hold on to this lead. You give him an inch, he'll take a mile. The gritty Tasmanian, he was surfing at ship sterns in the off-season, took an absolute pounding, says it made him tougher. It's made him a harder man after that experience. It was cold, it was miserable, and he took a beating. Let's see how much of a beating he can give his body here, or will he ease up, just try and get himself through to the final and make sure he's got enough left in the tank to really have a go when it counts.
Well, Matt Bevilacqua is one man we know loves to take a pounding, but today he's pushing his body to the limits, trying to work and stay out of that bottom 6, and that's exactly what he's done at this stage.
I thought he was going to turn it off, but if anything, he's gone further in front of the rest of the field. Luke Cuff on the outside there, trying to make his way around. Max Beattie's there as well, and the field's closing up. It was very strung out as they went through transition. Kendrick Louis chasing hard in second place, and the rest of the field really, really working to get inside that top 6. Bevilacqua's turn from home. We saw in the women's race, this is where things got thrown on their head with a couple of little shore break waves at North Wollongong Beach. Will we get the same dose of a little bit of luck from Mother Nature here in the men's?
Well, Josh, you spoke about turning off, but unfortunately in this type of racing, you do not have an opportunity to switch off. No matter how far in front you are, these elite athletes chasing from behind will not give up. They will fight and fight and fight, and the minute you switch off, the minute they'll be right back on your hammer, and Bevilacqua will be back racing for second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and the potential to be eliminated.
Hayden White and Shannon Eckstein have just turned the can, so they are almost certainly out of it. Kendrick Louis is not, but he's in second place. Matt Poole pushing hard in third, right on his heels. Jay Finesse and Ali Day is having a monster of a swim. He's swum from the back of the pack into the top 4, and this is where it's really getting interesting. Corey Taylor, he's off the back. Nathan Gray's off the back. Max Beattie's off the back as well. Where's Tannen Linden? There's Tannen Linden there. He's trying very, very hard to hang on. I don't know if he can. It's too little too late. He's going to need a wave, and Shannon Eckstein for sure. He is out of it. Matt Bevilacqua cruises up the beach. He will go through to our round 3, to our final with no problems at all, and that is an ominous race from the big fella from Tasmania. And here we go. The boys are up. Ali Day's there. Nathan Gray has got a wave, and he is loving it. Jay Finesse, he is pounding the big fella. Matt Poole's racing hard as well. We're going to get all of these guys through. You don't have to worry, boys, but they don't know that. They all go through. Luke Cuff as well. He survives and is the last one home. Kendrick Louis, though, after being second place around the Ken, will not earn a place in the final. Max Beattie is out of it. His Kiwi rival there, Corey Taylor, will go home as well. It looks like Tannen Linden will miss out, and he'll finish with a 12th place overall. Hayden White and the greatest of all time, Shannon Eckstein, will not be in our final, and I think this is the first Eliminator final he has missed in, well, I'd have to say over a decade. We are seeing history in the making, and not the kind of history Shannon Eckstein wanted.
Well, not the kind of history Shannon Eckstein wanted, but most certainly the type of thing Matt Bevilacqua, Ali Day, TJ Hendy will all be looking for, because it comes back to those series points, and they will be ecstatic that Shannon Eckstein hasn't gone through.
So Bevilacqua, Furness, Gray, Day, Cuff and Poole all qualify, but let's listen to the man who finished 12th, Shannon Eckstein.
Here we are on the finish line of round 2, and unfortunately eliminated. But Shannon, very tough day today at the office.
Yeah, it was. A week ago I rolled my ankle in training and ruptured a ligament there. So I just wanted to come down here and give myself every opportunity. With 2 average results, I've had the first 2 rounds. I probably couldn't really afford to drop one of them. So I thought I'd come down and have a go. And first race was okay, but it got worse and worse. And I couldn't really go after the boys there, and a board start was a long way behind.
Yeah, I noticed that tactic in race 2 to jump in behind, but on race 1, did you look to put all your eggs in one basket to try and miss round 2?
Yeah, I think that's what I had to do, just try to do the least racing as possible. But even then, the run leg at the end there was pretty tough. So I'm pretty proud. I gave it my all, and that's all I could do.
Mate, we are all proud of you here. Tremendous effort, very gutsy effort, and you're a true champion.
Cheers.